Hey there, guys. I'm gonna let everybody just get in first. My coffee in bed. Addison's laughing at me because I heard she watches Conscious Coffee from bed. So I'm gonna do Conscious Coffee from bed. How about that? Nope. Somebody just messaged me. Let me go ahead and put that out of the way. Okay. Okay, everybody. So it is 8 degrees outside. 8 degrees. And that's too freaking cold. So guess what? I'm not getting up. So good morning, Michael. Okay, so can everybody hear me okay? Because I don't know if the internet's different in my bedroom, but it is what it is, right? So the topic of the day is the best shortcut you can take to your dreams, or something like that. Whatever I typed in up there. So the best shortcut you can take to your dreams is not staying in your bed. It's definitely not a shortcut. Although, if that's what God leads you to do, then why not stay in bed, right? Yeah, no, this is probably kind of a lazy move to make in the long term of everything. But I'm seriously cold. So I'm staying in bed for today. And the lighting's not bad in here, so you know what? Maybe I'll do more Conscious Coffees from bed. So it is kind of rare, though, that I have the bed all to myself, because there's normally some little munchkin that has decided to come and snuggle up in the middle of the night from a bad dream or something in bed with me. So this was a very rare opportunity that I had to actually stay in bed and stay all cozy and not have to get up and get dressed and all that good stuff. So the best path, right? The best shortcut to our dreams, to the things that we want. I mean, obviously, the best shortcut to getting our dreams would be to look for opportunities left and right, and always be seeking new paths, and always be questioning everything, and to always try to take the easiest route possible, right? Because, I mean, sometimes things get a little bit tough. Sometimes you have to battle the cold, and it's just no fun. So why do it, right? Why do it? You know, yesterday, after I got done doing Conscious Coffee with you guys, my 12-year-old Levi, he was up, and he comes to me and he's like, "Hey, Mom, do I have to go to school today?" Now, it was a 3-day weekend, right? Monday was a holiday for us. So he's asking me, he's like, "Do I have to go to school today?" And I'm like, yes, you're going to school today. And he's like, "But I don't learn anything in school. School's boring. School's this, school's that." And I was trying to explain to him that, you know, sorry, you're 12 and you're not homeschooled, and you're going to school. You're going to school. And he's like, "Yeah, but there's just nothing there. You know, we're not even gonna do anything. It's boring. The teacher's gonna be a witchy woo, all this different stuff." And I was trying my hardest. I ended up having to. He missed his bus, and I had to drive him to school yesterday morning. The bus picks up right in front of the house, basically. But missed his bus. I had to drive him to school, and it was all based on that we were having this discussion, which was sort of an argument on, you know, no, we can't just stay home and always do what we want. So sometimes we have to follow this path, even when it's uncomfortable, feels boring, feels like we're not going to get anything out of it. There are certain times that the path is just the path of and we have to just kind of, as I told him, suck it up, buttercup, which made him really, really mad. But for all of us out there, self included, sometimes we have to suck it up and we have to just walk the path, even though it's not feeling like, like it's getting us exactly where we want in that moment, even though it feels like it's a struggle, it's boring, all this different stuff. So we tell our kids this, we tell them that, but then we turn around, fast forward into our adult lives, right? Because adult lives are so much more important than children's lives. No. But that's the way we kind of look at, right? Well, like that's your school, that's what you have to do. So, but me, I say I want these dreams, I say I want these goals, I'm building a business, I'm trying to get healthy, I'm trying to get fit, I'm looking for love, I am trying to get that promotion, you name it, I'm trying, all these different stuff. Whatever the goal is, if you act like, really truly what we end up doing is we end up being the 12-year-old that says, I don't want to go to school, in lots of different ways. There's all these different things. And think about where in the last, what's it been? We're a little over 2 weeks in on the new year. So a little bit 2 weeks in on the new year, and everybody set these intentions, everybody set these goals, everybody has these desires. We all have these desires, and it's a new year, a fresh start. Well, where have you already turned into the 12-year-old who would like to stay home from school after the vacation because school's just boring? School's just this, school's just that. Somebody's going to yell at you. The other kids aren't as nice as what you want them to be. It's wasted hours. You're not really learning anything. Where are you, the 12-year-old? The lesson here is that there's always, typically when we look at shortcuts, because that's what we're talking about here is the shortcuts. We want to take the easy path. We want to take the easier route. We want to, and often it'll be really, supported by, oh, if I do this, then I'll get this, right? If I do this, then I'll get this. So the shortcut looks like it has extra bonuses to it. There's these bonuses that will come with these shortcut opportunities, these easier streets, these ways that might turn us on for the moment that they're there, but it's a fleeting moment of turn on. And even though we go, I was doing that, I was having some success, I've been working at that for the last 2 years, I'm having some success, but then this little thing comes just fluttering through, right? Comes fluttering through. Or like, ooh, that's kind of cool. That's shiny. That's pretty. That looks fun. And look, I also get this. I also get this. I also get that. At least that's what we think. We think that we're going to get, and what we're getting, the little opportunities, the bonuses that we think we're getting, is we believe that we're going to achieve our goals quicker, faster, with greater ease. And what gets sold to us, of course, is the quicker, faster, greater ease. And then we purchase this, easy thing, however we do it, whether it is just us investing time, money, or otherwise, doesn't much matter. We purchase it and we go down, and what do we find? We find that, there is this free food, you could say, free food on the end of the fish hook of ease, on the end of the fish hook of the shortcut. There is free food. And what does that food get us? That food, on the end of that little hoo-hoo, that little turn on, not to bring it to sex, it's much like climax and orgasm. Climax is that peak in our sex, right? We're having sex and we go, and we have this climax, and we call that orgasm. A lot of people do. I don't. I call it climax. That's what it is. But we have this peak, and then it goes, and then it's over, and then we're like, eh. It was fleeting. It was quick. It was this. It was that. Was it truly anything orgasmic? Was it really giving us the fulfillment that we wanted? Was it really getting us fully charged up? Was it really taking us to our destination, our goal? Was it? 99.9999999% of the time, the answer is no. No. So, I'm going to take a sip of coffee and I'm going to tell you a story about a bird. So, story of this bird. I'm going to get comfortable. Well, sort of, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm never comfortable with all these pillows pushed around me, and I love pillows. But still, okay. So, there was this beautiful bird. Absolutely beautiful bird in the forest, and he had these incredible feathers, and he sung this most magnificent song, absolutely magnificent song. And this man, he would walk below the branches that the bird would sing in, and he would walk below and he would hear the bird's song, and he saw the bird, and the bird had those beautiful feathers, and the man was like, oh, that's a beautiful bird, absolutely beautiful bird. So one day the man walks below the bird with the feathers, and he has a box in his hands, okay? And the bird sees the little box, and it's all decked out, this box. And the bird looks down, and the bird says to the man, what's in the box? And the man looks up at the bird and he says, oh, big, plump, juicy worms. And the bird goes, ooh. He's like, can I have one? And the man says, of course you can. If you give me a feather, I'll give you a worm. And the bird was like, well, that seems like a fair enough exchange. You know, I have all these feathers. Why not? So the bird gives the man one of his beautiful, beautiful feathers. And the man gives him a plump, juicy worm. The bird's happy. The bird is ecstatic. He has exactly what he wants. So there he sits. And he's just ate this plump, juicy worm. And he's like, oh. And then it occurs to him that, he has to go out every single day, and he has to search for these worms, and he has to fly all over the place. He's looking and he's looking, and here the man is just coming through and just brought him a big juicy worm, and all he had to do was give up one of his feathers. So this little romance between the man and the bird, it continues on for days, weeks actually, and every single day the man comes and he brings the bird a big, juicy, plump worm, and the bird exchanges it for one of his feathers. And after time goes on, all of a sudden, the man comes and here's the bird, and he has no more feathers on him. He's not such a beautiful bird anymore. Now he's a very naked bird sitting in the branches. He has no feathers whatsoever. And the man does not, he's like, well, you don't have any feathers to exchange, so I'm not going, I'm not going to give you any more worms. And the bird gets very, he's just like, well, yes, you're right. I don't have anything to give you. So the bird is now sitting in the tree, and he is not a beautiful bird anymore. He is now a very, very, not very pretty bird at all. He's just, picture a chicken without feathers sitting up in the bushes, just all this just flabby skin, bird skin sitting there, and he's looking at himself, and he's just upset with himself, and he's just upset and completely. So because he doesn't feel good anymore, because he's not beautiful anymore, he now has no reason to sing. He's not feeling good, so he's not singing. So now his beautiful song that he sung is no longer being sung either. So what is the message with the bird in the tree? The bird in the tree, he was doing exactly what he was called to do. He was a beautiful bird singing a beautiful song, and he was giving his song to the world because he felt beautiful and he felt good. And then he opted that, for the price of just a feather, he didn't have to go and he didn't have to search for the worms. He didn't have to go and he didn't ask for the worms. He didn't have to seek. There was no asking, seeking, knocking. There was but only this receiving, easy receiving. I give you a feather, you give me a worm. To the point that he ended up losing basically everything except for his very life. But at that point, he was really not even upset. It was pointless probably for him to even live in his mind because he had given up everything that he loved. He no longer was beautiful. And he no longer had the most valuable thing that he could ever want. He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. He was far happier when he was seeking, when he was asking, when he was looking for his dreams, when he was on the path and he was moving forward and he was pursuing his dreams and his goals. And he actually had to work for them. Just a little bit some days and a lot others. So, there's always free food. There's always free food out there. There's always these things that we're going to be given so easily. But what is truly the price that we pay when we take up the opportunity to receive so quickly, so easily? This message is very, very close to my heart. Hold on, before. It's very unfulfilling because we do not take the time to seek seek it deeper. Yes, the parable to life is that story are fucking beautiful. How many occasions have we traded our beauty, individuality, our core essence for that instant gratification or simple fulfillment? Thank you. Yes, and that's what it is. It's the instant gratification. We're always looking for the microwave. I tell people all the time, my clients, I'm just like, if you're looking for a microwave solution, I'm definitely not the coach for you. This is your path. People come to me and they say, okay, so how long is this going to take? How long is this transformation going to take? How long is this healing going to take? How long till my relationship is fixed? How long till, this is fixed, that is fixed? How long? How long? How long? How long? And it's interesting to me that we try to put this timeline. I mean, I do it myself. I put timelines on things. I'm human, right? I put timelines on stuff, and I'm looking for how long, because we are human beings who have this timeline, and we have goals and desires. But there's one thing about going, I would like to make this amount this year. I would like to call into my life a beautiful love relationship this year. I would like to, really focus in over the next 90 days on my health, my well-being, and get to a place that I feel really great in the next 90 days. That's far different than saying, I want to lose 50 pounds in the next 90 days, and I'm going to take these weight loss pills, and I'm not going to exercise. I'm not going to worry about my diet. I'm going to just take these pills to get me there. I mean, that's exactly what we're trying to do. And I look at the weight loss industry, right? Drink this shake, take these pills. Woo woo. You don't have to really. It's easy. It's effortless. Okay, anytime the words easy and effortless come together and promise you the world, that is exactly somebody trying to give you a piece of a little morsel for basically your song. And that song is the song of your life. It can potentially it's the song of your happiness. You're giving away your happiness in the long run for the promise of ease and effortlessness. there's no such thing as ease and effortlessness when you are working towards your dreams. Dreams require work. Work does not necessarily mean that you have to go out and do massive labor. Actually, 90% of achieving your dreams and your goals is internal work. 10% is external action based. Again, the big thing there is we don't focus in on the action. The action will naturally manifest and we will want to do it, and it will feel good to do it as long as we've done our internal work, right? As long as we've done the internal work. But if we're looking for the easy street, if we're looking for the effortless street, if we're looking for it just to be handed to us, the free food on the end of the line, then we are more than likely 99.9999% of the time sacrificing something much greater than what we could ever imagine, and that being our joy, our happiness. And that is, that's what we all want. There's not a person on the planet that doesn't want happiness, right? Happiness and connection, the two things that we're all striving for, the two things that we're all looking for some way. So question yourself today as to where are you being like this bird, where are you trying to take the easy street, the effortless street? There are plenty of things out there that will feel like it is ease, and it will feel almost effortless because you're really truly enjoying doing it. And the lesson, but sometimes those same things that might be easy and effortless can it be very difficult, because some days we just don't want to get out of bed. Some days we don't. Some days it is just, we're like, ugh. And in those days, what you have to do is you have to apply the 5-second rule. It's the 5-second rule. When you're laying in bed, now granted, I did the 5-second rule this morning after my gratitude prayer, but I got up and then I went, oh, you know what? I have the bed all to myself. I'm going to lay in bed and I'm going to do my conscious coffee and then I'm going to get up. I'm not laying here all day long. But the 5-second rule is quite literally when you feel like you don't want to do something, you just don't have the motivation to do something. All right, motivation's bullshit, in my opinion. It is. Because have you ever been motivated to, really truly motivated to go exercise, really truly motivated to eat extremely healthy, really truly motivated to do the internal work, really truly motivated to stick to your goals? All right, you have it for a little bit. That's the whole thing about January, right? We're motivated on the front side. Ooh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have that. Blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly, very quickly, often within like 72 hours, life happens. Life starts to kick in and we struggle with motivation, because to self-motivate can be not so easy and effortless. It takes a lot of internal work, a lot of internal focus to get your ass out of bed and go do the things that you actually need to do. So, if you apply the 5-second rule of, okay, to have that little chat with yourself in quite literally 5 seconds, and you need to count. If you're not wanting to get out of bed, then you go 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and just get out of bed. Because as soon as your feet hit the ground, here's the thing, your world changes. Your world's going to change. Motivation happens internally. You have to self-motivate. You have to. Motivation's not going to come from any other source. Motivation's not going to just bang down your door and say, hey, I'm motivation, and I'm here to make your day a lot easier. No, that's not going to happen. It's like if you're looking for a relationship, but you don't want to go out and look for the relationship. You don't want to make yourself open and available to the relationship. You think that the relationship's going to come and knock down your door. All right, yeah, but maybe order a whole bunch of stuff off of Amazon from, FedEx and from UPS and everything, and get a bunch of different drivers coming to your door. If you're a woman, then fine, yeah, get some men coming to your door. But what are the chances of you actually wanting to date the UPS or FedEx guy? No, actually, I have a really nice looking FedEx guy, but I don't want to date him. And you're not going to have things just knock at your door. They're not. You have to go out and you have to proceed. You have to, really look for them. You have to search. You have to desire. You have to search. You have to ask for it. You have to open yourself up to the opportunities. You've got to surrender to your path. And then, yes, like Addison has shared here, you've got to just do it. You've got to do it, and you've got to do it, and you've got to do it. And I know that I did a talk like this back in December called Just Do It, I think, you know. But here's the thing. If you're looking for the easy path, it's not out there. The easy path is the path that God has already set before you. The easy path is the path that Spirit is telling you to walk. The easiest path, the most beautiful path, the path that has all the lessons that you need to become the person that you need to become so that you can have the life that you desire, is the path that you're on. The path that's going to feel boring at times, the path that's going to not feel so easy at times, the path that's going to bring you to tears and frustration sometimes. But at your core, you just know you have to take the next step. You have to take the next step, and that is with each step in faith, you're moving closer to your desire, and your desire is moving closer to you. So just take the step in faith, no matter how tough that is, no matter, you know, what's going on. It doesn't matter. As long as you were following the path that God has given, just have faith, have certainty that you're moving forward. So, you know, I have a book here. Let's see what the heck. I didn't really even look for a quote this morning, isn't it? Oh, here we go. We must stay on the path of circumference of time before we arrive at the center of opportunity. We must stay on the path of the circumference of time before we arrive at the center of opportunity. So, time is everything. It's something that we all fight against. It's something that we are scared of, because time is fleeting, time is precious. We sure the fuck waste a lot of time. So why not spend time doing the things that you need to do for the life that you want to create, instead of taking that time and putting it in, quite literally giving or throwing it away, you know. It is the most valuable thing that you have in this first physical world that we live in, is time. So take the time to motivate yourself. Take the time to follow the path. Take the time to do the things that you need to do, even when those things might be a little bit difficult. So there you go, guys. That's the big message of the day. As I was laying here in bed, it's all on, you know, it's not self-motivation. Just do it. Just do it. And be cautious of the free worms out there, quite literally, right? The worms that are being given to you. What is the true price? What is the price for the things that you think, for the easy street, for the effortless street? What are the things that you're actually giving up? And, you know, really, really look at it. I actually encourage everybody here to kind of just look back over the last 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks of January, at the decisions made and the things that you've done in pursuit of your goals, your dreams, your desires of the new year, and look and see how you have been like that bird, you know, where have you fallen, you know, prey to the free food, and start saying no to some of the free food. Realize that sometimes you really do, like, look at the opposite side of it and go, okay, yeah, I was given this opportunity. Now, granted, you know, I'm not saying that, hey, you got 2 weeks free at the gym and, you know, and then you sign up for a membership. That's not, there's always bonuses, okay? Bonuses are a fantastic thing as well. I mean, I give bonuses all the time. You've had your fill of free food. Exactly. We all have. But look, you know, it's not looking at, if you want to do something, there's great stuff out there. It's fine. I mean, bonuses are wonderful. Bonuses are exciting. Bonuses can give us a little whoo, right? You know, they can push us towards saying yes to something that we need to say. But realize that even whatever that goal, that dream is that you have, you know, there's going to be work that needs to happen. And it's that work that once you're in there and you're doing it and you're trying to put stuff together and you're taking that step and you're taking that step, at some point you're going to hit that step that's just not feeling quite easy. And just because it doesn't feel easy for a few days or even a month doesn't mean that your path has changed, doesn't mean that it's not what you're supposed to be doing. You need to really step back and go, okay, is this me just wanting everything to remain easy? Is this my ego going, oh, better quit? Because guess what? That's a self-sabotage move that we all tend to do, is that as long as it's easy, it's easy to have faith. It's when the shit hits the fan with faith actually matters. So really look at the times that you are having a big emotional stir, physical stuff come up, financial stuff come up. How quickly are you willing to let go of your dreams in those moments? Or are you willing to actually put your head down and in those moments really apply your faith, really apply your energy, really apply everything that you have built up till then? Or do you just let it go? Poof, there went the dream, there went the goal, there went your desire. It's no longer, because it's now difficult. So, no. Yes, thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody. So I did see coming in that a couple people have shared this already. So thank you very much for sharing while I was talking. I do appreciate it. Anybody else who hasn't out there, as with any Conscious Coffee, please help me spread the word. Go ahead, share the video. Trying to get messages out there that helps people have a fantastic 2018 and just reach their goals, reach their dreams, all that good stuff, and learn about faith and about commitments and about moving forward, and actually the ease of receiving our blessings. And sometimes the ease means a little bit of work, right? So a little bit of focus, a little bit of faith, a little bit of certainty. So okay, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for getting up at 6 a.m. with me. I will catch you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. also with I don't know what, and I don't know from where. So we'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Bye.